go. Alright, hey guys. What's up? I'm gonna put my dear guest sounds on. I'm gonna do some tweaking here so that you can see. We got beautiful Björn, we got beautiful Greg with us. Let's see about the sound. Do you hear me all right? Hey, Terra Corruption. I saw Tenebrae, I saw Lucid, I saw Katie, I saw a lot of nice famous people here today. I hope you're all doing really well. Seeing you can hear me fine. How about Björn and Greg? Can you hear them?
Yeah, hello.
Hey, I'm Greg. Can you hear us?
Audio is fine. Awesome.
Yeah.
Awesome.
Yeah, great.
So today when I started my Generation Zero, I saw a new mission pop up. It was called... What was it called? Sun is setting. Here can we see where the sun sets.
Where the sun sets.
Exactly. So the first thing I did was to fast travel to the safe house just beside it, and now it's time to try it out. So let's see what this is all about. I for one have been super hyped about this, so it's gonna be so fun to finally try it out.
Yeah,
Yeah,
definitely.
we can't wait to, like, we've seen you guys started to play it, and it's after like working on so many months as well. It's really exciting for us to see you guys like having fun with it and
Yeah, you
getting all
guys,
these positive comments.
you guys must really have been busy coming up to this date.
Yeah, definitely. There's a lot of work that goes into a big update like this.
Oh yeah, can you how long have you spent on creating this beautiful addition?
I mean, it's varying depending on the parts of the update. So, I mean, a lot of the mission work has been ongoing since the last major expansion. And
Yeah.
then we have various other things that takes different amount of time.
Yeah, that was quite a while ago since we released the Alpine Unrest DLC, so I guess it's been
Well,
quite a lot of work for you too.
we released Alpine Unrest at the end of November, so yeah, I for one have been working on a few other things, like we had the previous updates earlier, but yeah, that's been taking a lot of my time since the end of November, basically.
Wow, that's a lot. So, alright, transcription of a message in Morse code. Someone is at Åsetungan outpost, received the transmission in Morse code and transcribed it hastily. Damn, Morse code, that was such a long time ago. Do they even use that anymore?
We don't use it anymore now, but it was still used in the 80s. It was on its way out, but it was still used. I forget which year it was abandoned in Sweden officially, but it was around late 80s, early 90s, and it was the same in other countries where that's when they stopped using Morse code altogether.
I love it that Kalle wrote this. Those alien tin cans cannot win. That's just amazing. You can really tell that he was the one who wrote all those kind of weird posts on the Östertörnet BBS server there.
Wait,
Yeah.
are you saying that it was actually Kalle writing them, not you?
I don't have access to that BBS board.
Mm.
I don't own that old computer.
It's a really awesome character.
Kalle, I just
Yeah.
love him. I just love him. So, you want to talk a bit about him, Greg? But I guess you're the one who kind of created him.
Yeah. So Kalle was present in the base game, as some of our really dedicated players know. He was only mentioned in text, not in voiceovers in the base game. But he was one of the many, like we had a few dozen characters like him that we placed in various areas of the world, and whether we would pick them up later or not. And then he was just fun. So I've made sure that we could insert him. Remember the tinfoil hat, one of the apparel rewards in the first challenge trees. So we've been trying to tease him once in a while. Like we've been preparing for this for a while, and I've been wanting to bring this character to life for a while. So I knew he had the potential. So I'm really excited that we got him in the game as well.
Yeah, I agree.
Yeah.
I just love him. He's so cool.
And yeah, just to say a bit about him actually, he's the so he owns one of the farms in the farmlands region. He was mentioned in the one side mission and one main mission alongside his nephew Freddy. So that's base game stuff. And yeah, his peculiar thing is that he's kind of an alien conspiracy theorist. He's crazy, like he has kind of a confirmation bias. He will see everything as a confirmation of what he thinks. And yeah, I grew up watching the X-Files, so that was a big source of inspiration for me.
Yeah, I can get that. Wow, it must be so fun to like take your own like experience like that, like the X-Files, and create these kind of awesome stories with that as inspiration.
Yeah, it's fun. It's not an easy process because in games you don't really create stories from scratch. Like we start with a gameplay. Like I'm trying not to steal Björn's thunder here. You know, he's the design lead. But yeah, we start with a gameplay. What are we trying to do feature-wise? What are the cool things? And then build a story to serve that and to give context and meaning to everything you do as a player. So the story doesn't start first. But yeah, I have a roster of characters in my head that when I'm starting to see, well, this could work well, then I put Kalle out of my own tinfoil hat and try to develop him for this DLC.
So
it's a collaboration between gameplay and narrative, and in a lot of cases we create some headaches for Greg when we come up with some really cool gameplay, and then he has to try to explain how that fits into the world.
oh,
And
I can imagine.
That's the point where I would say no, it's okay. But yeah, no, it's tough sometimes. Sometimes it's like that doesn't make sense. I still need to make sense out of it. No, the lore has to be, the story has to serve the gameplay. But sometimes it's the other way around. Like the lore is established in a certain way, then we fit the locations and overall design based on what we've already established in previous in the base game on the previous DLC.
Man, that's a big spider web to keep track of. So I'm getting some questions here that I need to look. So people have been asking about console. So when will the release date be on console? And for now, the process with the game on console is a bit more tricky than when you just push it to Steam. For now, there's not a certain release date, but as soon as we'll know, you'll find out. I promise. The second we'll know, you'll know. But it shouldn't be too long, so hang in there. In the meantime, you can go hunt some rivals or find that last collectible or whatever you're after, and you'll have it soon enough.
Yeah, I mean, we want to make sure that there are no issues, so we want to take some extra time and test it.
Wow, this is nice. Have this camp always been here?
Yeah, I mean, I think a lot of the stuff you're seeing here was released in the March update, but yeah, a lot of it's going to be new if you haven't played since then.
Nope. Well, I played since then, but not in this area. But it was in the March update when we really started to see changes to the environment, right? Like this burnt out buildings and a bit more.
The first region.
Oh, look at this Candyland. Nice.
So yeah, a lot of the work we did for this update and the previous one is to make the world a lot more interesting to explore. So you're gonna see a lot of small stories being told in each location.
Oh yeah, that's one thing that me and I've seen a lot of people on the forums and on social and stuff like that saying that you can really see like the storytelling in the environments. A car crashed here, what happened, or a little base, or a poor fella that's been killed somewhere. So it's that for one, I think we're really good at just telling those stories without words, you know.
Yeah, I mean, one of the greatest tools for us when making the world is corpses, because then you can tell small stories by the way you place them. But of course, there are other tools as well.
Yeah, and that kind of, you know, gives the player a bit of, they can, it's like reading a book. They have to kind of imagine it for themselves. What went down here? How did it happen? It gives the, I don't know really what to say, that, but it gives you, the player, freedom to interpret it for themselves a bit. Even
Yeah,
though we
definitely.
set the guidelines for that.
Yeah, so that's what we try to do, that we don't push the story onto players. Like, you get to experience it by, like, explore it by yourself and then understand what went on at that specific location. We've always done that. We've really tried to amp up that work in this time. Like, there's a specific story that you can find in the farmlands. The South Coast region tells a different side of the story. And yeah, so part of my job goes into working with our amazing world designers, so Emil and Patrick and Laura doing world design as well, so that we can inject narrative and make the locations like both relevant but really looking cool.
Yeah, and another cool thing with the world design is that, as Greg said, we have several people working on the world, and they each have their own style. So you might start to recognize some patterns if you're a bit attentive on which designer might have made it, and you get a lot of interesting variation in the world that way.
So I saw a question here. Will the DLC take place on an island or on the main island? And it will take place on the main island. But I'd like to know, how can we choose to go back to the base game world and not create a new island for this release?
Well, one of the things that we got a lot of feedback on the base game, the first release, was that the world was a bit repetitive, and so that's one of the things that we wanted to address. And but of course we have a limited amount of people, so we can't make new islands and fix the rest of the world at the same time. So that's why we decided to set this story on the main island, and it also made sense from the narrative point of view.
Yeah, and we wanted to also make the world feel more alive. Like, as you said, we've tried to address that feedback that we've noticed from day one or even before, and yeah, so the base game island needed some love, and yeah, now there's different stories being told or different things happening in different regions. So it makes exploration more rewarding when you go through the main island.
True.
I saw a question about the timeline, which I think I saw actually a couple of times. That I think I can take. The question was, I cannot read it anymore now. Whether time is advancing in the fictional timeline or whether it's set in the same date. So this has been it's not an easy thing on our side. Like it causes can cause contradictions, but overall time is advancing with each DLC. So this takes place in the late days of December 1989, so around Christmas, and so it's about 6-7 weeks after the initial machine invasion, Cataclysm Day, and that's about 3-4 weeks after Alpine Unrest. Don't quote me on the actual number of weeks, but yeah. And so the timeline progresses bit by bit, so we'll soon get to the 90s.
Yeah, that's going to be interesting, like the transition, if we're gonna introduce 90s kind of themes as well.
That would be nice, with the jacket, with the shoulder puffs and all that stuff, kind of Miami Vice themed.
Yeah, and see that you're going to see a typical design versus narrative discussion happening now, because kind of the world has kind of stopped in that part of Sweden. So
oh yeah,
how do they get the 90s clothing? So that's
that's true. That's true. Didn't really think about that.
Yeah, that wouldn't.
I do on a daily basis.
That's why we have you to point things like that out.
Exactly. If me and Björn were running the show, it would be, nothing would make sense.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, not everything has to make perfect sense, but in this case, yes, it does, because it's a core part of the feel of the world. Someone asked, how do you keep track of the narrative so that you don't trip up with future editions? Well, I'm not saying we're never going to trip up. That could happen. However, yeah, we have documents I keep lore bibles and character biographies of each character, everything they've done or whenever they've been mentioned in previous releases or in apparel rewards. And I tend to have good photographic memory for stuff like that, which is strange, but I remember those things as well.
So, I had a little question I saw. The Bremball bat and I guess the sledgehammer as well, would they be like random drops, or is that something we don't want to spoil? Or?
Yes. You can find a couple of them through the missions, just playing through the missions, but you will also find them by looting machines, like many of the other weapons.
Alright, awesome. This was kind of fun. Is there any Easter eggs that isn't found by the players? And I think there's one kind of super awesome Easter egg that no one found yet. So we're not gonna really spoil that, but I would be impressed if they managed to actually find that one. I think you know which one I'm talking about.
I'm not sure actually. I mean, our players have been extremely good at finding everything. So
yeah, you're underestimating them. Like
yeah.
we go like evil and go like, we've hidden something. They will never find it in 2 days. It's online, you know. So no.
Yeah, I mean, there is a certain underground location on the resort, or
that's the one I was thinking about.
Yeah, and that one was found.
Oh, was it?
A lot sooner
super
than we thought it
complicated?
would be.
Alright, because that's the one I was thinking about. So yeah, maybe all of them have been found. My favorite one is the DeLorean though, or it's not really a DeLorean, but it's super awesome. That was like my favorite movie. So when I saw that, I almost broke down. It was so nicely done with the trash bins and everything. It's just amazing.
Yeah, that's the kind of cool stuff you can get when you give the world designers some freedom to have some fun.
So let's see what we can find. For now, the loot gods have been really generous to me, giving me all the things I need. But now only buckshots here. Oh, there we go.
And this location is one where you can see the storytelling a lot.
Oh yeah, what happened here? With the
yeah,
bottle of wine in the... Oh, I just love this. Just love this.
This was actually one of the first locations that Laura worked on. And I think it turned out really great.
Yeah, this is just amazing.
So yeah, this can usually go 2 ways. Most of the time, then as you said, the world designers then start with an idea they have for a story or a feel they want to give for that location, and they go with it. And then we review it and make sure it fits with the overall narrative, or if we need to fit the overall narrative to accommodate the new story bit that's added to that by that location. Yeah, I remember that one. Yeah, I see where you are now.
Yeah, and we definitely have syncs, so we make sure that everything fits. So usually they have a lot of freedom, and then we make sure that it doesn't go too far in some direction.
Yeah. One thing I'm seeing one question: does Phoenix Rising feature more Phoenix lore? So one thing I can mention in this for this stream is that obviously it's hard to talk about story without some very mild spoilers. However, we were not going to talk about the story. You're just going to see the early bits, and we can talk about, let's say, which characters are mentioned. But I'm not going to talk about the story in too much detail. However, what I can say is that as you've seen in Alpine Unrest, we've tried to have more straightforward and partly linear storytelling with missions in this DLC, and we're trying to, since it's called Phoenix Rising, Phoenix has more importance, is more of a focus. So yeah, if you're into the lore, there are things that I wanted to include in this. It's hard to talk about this without saying anything spoilery, but yes. We've advanced the lore more than we have in Alpine Unrest, for sure.
And what I also can say is that we addressed kind of the difficulty now. I can see that we tweaked it a bit more, because I haven't been blown up by anyone.
Yeah, it should be back to more similar to how it was before April. We kind of overdid it a bit for the April patch, and we definitely took all the feedback to heart and adjusted.
But that was kind of strange though, because some people they say, "Oh, it's so hard," while other people like, "Yeah, this is nice. I almost want it harder." But yeah, I can agree. Sometimes it was tough. I can say that.
Yeah, I mean the problem I think is that it was too hard on all difficulty levels.
Yeah.
So one thing that we might look into in the future is adding more difficulty levels for the people that want it to be like the April update. But that's something that we're gonna look at the feedback we get and see if there is a demand for it.
Yeah, so that's why it's so important for everyone to share what they think and to not think, because if no one would have said that it was hard or that some machines had really super sniper thingies, we wouldn't have known. And we try to...
Yeah, definitely. I mean, it's been super valuable to get all the feedback I think I read through that every post in that mega thread in the forum with the difficulty feedback. And that was very useful.
Yes, so we really tend to listen what you guys say and do the best of it. Do I want this? No, I don't want that. What was this?
But yeah, if you have feedback, please let us know on different difficulty levels as well. What you think of them and if you want changes.
Yeah, and as usual guys, the more information we get, whether it's bugs or feedback on difficulty or whatever it might be, the better. Especially when you report bugs, it's interesting to have as much information as you just can share.
Yeah, definitely for bugs, if you can provide detailed steps on how to reproduce a bug, it's gonna increase the chance of fixing it a huge amount.
Yes, we need to spare our dear QA colleagues as much headache as possible. Alright, that went good. Haven't died a single time yet. I'm almost disappointed. I guess everyone's watching is also a bit disappointed of me not dying.
Maybe you're a bit too careful.
Yeah, maybe, but it's supposed to be sneaky, especially now when you can prone.
Oh yeah, that's definitely a new dimension to sneaking.
My aim is on top today, though. I have to say, oof. Which is, oh no, I only have one shot left though. Maybe I shouldn't have said that, and I will see how it's gonna be. But for now, I've been aiming really good.
You jinxed it now.
Yeah, probably.
You're gonna die in the next couple of seconds.
Thanks, Greg. Yeah, but yeah, I'm probably gonna do that. I'm gonna fall in the ocean and drown, probably. So let's see, am I starting to get close to... Yeah, I am. Oh, nice.
Where are you now?
I'm
a bit more.
I passed the Norra Saltholmen. I'm on my way out to the far edge, so I'm not that far away.
Okay, yeah.
Towards it's the big camp, I think it said.
Yeah, that's Morskar. So that's the that was the camp that was revamped. That was already in the March update, if I'm not mistaken. And yeah, basically, as you will see, this story in Phoenix Rising also includes things that were already provided in the March update, especially in the archipelago and with that camp. So that's why the story starts in that big survivor camp.
Oh, look at this! You know, I forgot that you can switch ammo now with only just a button, which is super nice. So I was so worried because I only had one shot left, but actually I had 126 shots left. Oh.
Yeah, that's such an awesome feature.
Oh, I just love it. It's so super quick and super nice. So really well done with that. And just me, but I think it runs so much smoother in a way. I don't know if you did something behind the scenes, but it usually feels great this game when you play it, like how the weapons feel and stuff like that. But today it just feels even more awesome, I have to say.
Well, it's nothing that I'm specifically aware of, but there's so many bug fixes and tweaks in each update, so it's hard to keep track of everything.
Oh yeah, when I posted the patch notes yesterday, and I just kept reading and scrolling, like there was so much stuff that we put in this update that was just truly amazing.
Yeah, and on mostly, so many bug fixes and new features on top of the like free updates plus the DLC. So yeah, there's lots of stuff that is getting into this update.
All right, here we got some really mean ones.
Yeah, you're at...
Yeah, I'm starting to get close to the base here. Alright, let's try to take them out. I can hear them shooting over there. So what are your thoughts on experimental melee weapons?
And that's definitely an awesome idea. And the team, I know, already has a lot of ideas. But if you have ideas of your own, please write them in the forums and things so we can...
Yeah, I think we talked about that last week and came up with some nice ideas. I can't remember anything now though, but there was a lot of, I think fire was involved or explosions in some kinds. Alright.
Yeah, I think the experimentals are such an awesome part of the game, so we definitely want to explore that more.
Yeah, I totally agree. What also, talking about experimentals, that now the experimental LMG is available. So will that drop off Rivals now, or?
Yeah. So it's now permanently part of the Rival loot pool.
That's awesome though, because a lot of people were like, oh no, I missed the event, how am I ever gonna get it? And then we had the event again, and other people were like, oh no, I missed the event, how am I ever gonna get it? So I think that made a lot of people really happy.
Yeah, and I think another thing that will make people happy is that the chance of getting an experimental weapon is a bit higher now as well.
Yeah, I saw that we tweaked that a bit. That's also been a question that been somewhat frequent, that oh no, I can't get it to drop.
Yeah, it should be a lot more common now, and the Rivals will also drop crafting schematics now.
Ooh,
so
nice.
There's another reason to hunt them.
Did you see what was in front of you, Pontus?
Here?
Oh yeah, look up.
Open the door, look up.
Oh no, there's...
You're missing the fireworks.
Dude.
Huge explosion. Oh no, something come flying. Oh, I know this. There's been a lot of discussion about this rocket. Or the rockets coming over here. I think maybe even Kalle mentioned something like that, didn't he? I'm not sure. That Kalle seems so strange.
I think he may have, yeah. But yeah, we saw the discussions on the about ballistics and the trajectory of where the things were coming from, and obviously we've been teasing this since this spring, and we've been super amazed at the theories you guys put together. It mimicked a lot of discussions we had internally on how to design this, so that it kind of worked and made sense and still was fun.
That thread was just simply amazing.
Yeah, we definitely have a lot of enjoyment out of seeing the narrative discussions in various channels.
Yeah, and especially like the things related to the Calais posts. So that's another example of a great cooperation with. So Pontus was the one doing all of that amazing work, and then we were collaborating so that it fits Calais' character and the in-game narrative as much as possible. So we're trying to tie everything together so that it feels like
Yeah.
coherent offer. And yeah, Kalle may be onto something.
Yeah, you and me talked a lot about Kalle and how gonna phrase it and what words does he use and you know all the alien stuff, and man, that was great fun. That was really great fun.
And especially the alien stuff, it's not easy because you don't want to go into, you know, crazy cuckoo territory either.
Now you can't get too crazy, but how crazy is crazy enough, you know?
I mean, it's pretty crazy with big killing machines walking around. So
True, true.
who knows what's actually true?
Oh yeah,
Well,
question everything.
I do. I keep them.
So this location is also one that's so cool to explore.
Yeah, this is all new to me.
Yeah, this whole island was there wasn't a lot going on here before March.
No, it's pretty clean, right?
Yeah, and then we had Patrick, one of our designers, has spent a lot of time improving this and telling all the stories, and it ties into the new expansion as well with the mission.
Yeah, just look at this. This is just amazing, and the tower, and you know it can fall over any second, you know.
The tower is really cool, and it has a special sound as well if you stand and listen.
Oh, we're gonna go check it out.
And if you're invested in the story as a player, then you can find out more about that camp of Mossad in this DLC as well. Like you will, if you're paying attention to details, you will learn more about what was there.
Yeah, exactly.
What you don't get to see.
Interesting.
In March, you would just see this camp and you have to make your own assumptions. But now with the DLC, you're gonna be able to get some more background to what's going on here.
Basically, my job is and what my daily things with the team is to inception the story onto everyone, basically, where I keep talking about the story and then some stuff will make it in. And for example, story in this expansion we try to tie in everything, including, you know, collectibles, item names, location names, and down to even gameplay mechanics.
And there you go. That's
look at that. Yeah, exactly. Look what I found.
Easy way to find a melee weapon.
Oh yes. Maybe equip it right away. But I do love the Magnus though. Yeah, but maybe do that anyway. The sledgehammer.
You're gonna show off the new stuff.
Yeah, of course I'm gonna do that. Everyone's seen me playing with the Magnus before. Damn, this looks... Who's that?
It's funny, everyone tries to use the sledgehammer to break down the door.
Yeah, that's one of the...
Look at that. I know this guy.
Yeah.
I know this guy.
I think I've seen him before as well.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, it's so cool that we can take these characters that exist in the lore and show them.
Yeah, and really, like, they were pretty much alive, but now they're truly alive. Oh, and just a perfect voice and everything. Oh, this is just so amazing.
I was super happy with the voice actor for Kalle. So he was new because Kalle didn't have a voice until this DLC. And so I saw the question earlier in the chat, but I had to look it up, how the actor was called. The actor is a local Swedish actor in Stockholm called Jan Valdekrans.
Alright.
And obviously recorded all lines in English and Swedish, as we've been doing so far.
Yeah, I just love that when even though it's English, you can hear the Swedish accent, and it kind of gives it that reality anyway, you know? Oh, that's just amazing.
And our rule, our direction for this, or the vision for dialogue, has been that we don't go for stereotypical accents. We don't ask the actors to exaggerate their accents. We ask them to speak the way they would speak because they're Swedish, and to make it sound grounded and serious, not silly. So that's the fine line we're walking to. That we have, it feels true to life and true to Sweden, but not over the top.
And I think that gives the game a bit of an edge, or you really take to the reality. Because if they would like over exaggerate it or whatever, it would just be wrong. So this gives it so that little extra pinch of reality in a way. Now I'm gonna try not to set myself on fire here. So let's see, where am I? Oh, it's all the way back. Should I fast travel there? I kinda like this play, but first we need to listen to the sound. We talked about Peter just the other last week on stream, so let's see what he's done. If I
Yeah,
can hear anything.
that adds another dimension to everything when he does his sound passes.
Is there fire here though? Maybe hit it some. If it don't
Yeah,
work, hit it.
I think it
Yeah,
should
there's-
be like a creaking sound.
Oh,
from
that
the-
it is. And you can hear the fire and...
Yeah,
Yeah, there was so much attention to detail. I remember when he started like making sure that you would get the right sound for the right type of materials. Yeah, that's the type of attention to detail we're really trying to put into our work. I would
yeah,
say.
just like if you look upwards, you can hear how it's creaking. That's true.
yeah,
But
exactly.
then-
I think actually it's taking that into consideration.
And then you look at another way. I've seen, we usually do on Fridays these kind of all the dev teams show off what they do, and I think he showed us that look in this direction, or you come this close or not, and then the sound will activate, and that's
Yeah.
just truly awesome. That's pure science to me.
I mean, sound is one of those things that don't get a lot of attention, but if you don't have good sound, then you notice.
Oh yeah, then it will feel so empty without that.
Yeah, so it
Especially
actually,
when you work when it feels either empty or somehow off, or it doesn't feel realistic or something.
Yeah, it feels
Like
like
all the work-
something's missing, really.
exactly, like it's super important to get the feeling.
So Björn, do you know, have we ever thought about giving the Plundra some more space?
It's definitely an option, but not something we have thought about right now.
It's kind of big already, though, so I don't know what you should be able to store.
Yeah, that's the thing. Like, let us know if you think if you have too much stuff. I mean, recycling is definitely an
Exactly.
option.
Since we started with the crafting system, and you can now recycle weapons for materials, it's and other stuff. So don't be a hoarder, guys. You need to learn to let go.
Yeah, I'm seeing one of the
Yeah,
comments about the sound design. Who does the sound design for Jay-Z? That person should get a medal. It's awesome. And yeah, that's Peter Heiber, and yeah, he's amazing. So we cannot state that enough.
Yeah, with the hoarding stuff as well. Now that I think there should be over 100 schematics. I think something like that. So if you want to like use your stuff, you can go crazy with crafting.
I want to go crazy with crafting. So I saw a question here on chat. I'm not sure if you will get it right away, but it was will rivals that already spawn be affected by this update?
In what way?
Exactly. So that maybe the guy who wrote that could
I
please-
guess it's with the loot maybe.
that could it be,
yeah,
of course.
The loot generation is done when you kill them or interact with the corpse.
All right.
So that should be no problem.
Was there a tick here? Man, I want to find a tick so I can really bash it with my.
I mean, it's so rewarding.
big
The first time you bash a tick with one of the melee weapons, it feels like they had it coming for like since the launch of the game. So
Yeah. Oh, I've been waiting. Just look at that! Come at me, guys! Oh no! Ah!
okay, this is now where we're gonna have fun.
Yeah.
There you go.
I think it's really hard, but when you pull it off, it's really nice.
Yeah, the timing. But you can sense that the sledgehammer is a bit slower than the brännboll trä, right?
Yeah, I think the bramble bat is probably better for tick bashing.
And it's so satisfying. It's awesome. With the baseball bat, the brännboll bat, sorry. Yeah, it's It
Yeah,
feels
it's
like that's
hard
what
to
we've been wanting
say
do
the
for a long
brännboll
time.
bat.
I mean, it's essentially the same thing.
Well,
At least as far as I know.
It's the same thing, but it's totally not the same thing. I
yeah,
think it's
exactly,
different
the same
sports, but-
difference.
exactly.
Yeah. But the bat is the same. Yeah, we did research
yeah.
on that.
Pretty much.
Oh, do we have any? Come on, guys! You need to shape up. Start asking some questions for my awesome friends here.
Yeah, feel free to shoot them. We might not be able to answer everything, but we're
Yeah,
happy
and
to take
if we
any,
can't
any
answer it, we'll
questions you
just make something up, right?
Sorry?
If we can't answer it, we'll just make something up,
Yeah, that's the thing.
Or,
Like, that's our job to make something up. So,
or we can just blame Paul.
but what I can mention without going into spoilers is that this DLC has features. So we saw Kalle now. There's one other character that I don't know if we can mention the name or not. Pontus.
Nah, maybe wait with that. But there's
Okay.
some other people.
Yeah, exactly. That's what I thought. But what I can say is that it's also a character that has been established and set up for a while as well. So people that are invested in the story will be happy about that. I hope.
I think they're gonna be. Oh, that I kinda like. I'm gonna chase this other one. Come at me, bro.
Oh, that's perfect use of that weapon.
Oh no, there's two of them. Where did that one go? Don't call your friends. Oh, love it, love it. Oh, please smash a car with your sledge. I don't think so, Juggernaut. Not today. I haven't died yet, so I'm gonna try not to do that. Maybe if you're really, really lucky, I'll end the stream with that. We'll see. We'll see.
Yeah, you gotta be careful.
Yeah.
What you smash.
With great power comes great responsibility, right? Will it be a bicycle with attachable motor in the future, a påhängsmotor? We talked a lot about vehicles. If you could add any vehicle, guys, what would you like to see? Personally, for me, it would be a flock moppe, which would be kind of awesome and fitting, I think. But people are talking all kind of crazy things like horses and jeeps and I don't know, weird stuff.
I think a horse in an apocalyptic environment makes a lot of sense.
Well, you need to feed it, you get all those kind of stuff. But
Yeah,
it's
I guess
quiet
it depends. Yeah, exactly. It's very quiet, and you can run it through grass.
That's true. That's true. You can just put it outside. But would the machines kill animals?
That's a very good question. I mean, have you seen any animals in this game?
Well, I see some birds, but
What happened to the animals?
yeah, who knows? Maybe it's like the Hitchhiker's Guide. They're too smart, so they just ran away. So long, thanks for all the fish. Catch you later.
Yeah, I guess most deer would stay away from machines.
Yeah, probably they're pretty scared, and the machines are pretty scary. So never trust anyone. Ooh, this place I remember. I've been here before.
Yes. Nice.
This is also. Oh, I didn't see the door here though when I was here last time. That was if you ever saw the trailer. I kind of starred in the trailer, just saying. Ett gäng pansarvagnar från yttre rymden.
En person?
Oh, here she is. I heard a lot about this girl.
Vad gör jag nu? Borde jag skaka din hand eller? Okej.
So yeah, that's indeed Veronica Nilsson, who was a character also voiced in the base game and has been mentioned time and time again. So finally she's here.
Yeah, I think Kalle mentioned her, or not her in name, but that someone got away. Can it be her? So go find materials to build defenses. All right. It's locked. What's this? Look at that.
So what we've tried to do this time, so in Alpine on Rest, the group, they were fairly safe in their cellar in the hotel. And this time, I will try to wait for Kalle to finish talking. Yeah, and this time we wanted to start from scratch. Like we didn't want all of the NPCs to feel safe, and this time it's basically where they start off in a way worse situation with the camp being destroyed, as we saw, and you're gonna help them start from scratch and be an active part in their survival and in their fight against the machines.
Yeah, because when you I just met Kalle there in the burning house. He didn't feel safe at all, and Veronica here down in the cave didn't feel that safe either. So I'd say you catch that pretty well.
Yeah, it's also to give add some variety so that you don't always know what to expect with the next expansion.
Oh
It
my,
feels a
what
bit
happened
fresh
here?
and different every time. Hopefully.
Right, let's try to take this fella on. See what we can. Do
So
I
this
have
is
any-
another
Item.
new location that tells the story of the farmlands, what took place there.
That was such a fun part of our process, I would say. It was art, design, and narrative and level design working together to, okay, what happened in the farmlands? What story are we telling? And basically that's the story of the war, the first few days of the war between the machines and the Swedish army. So what happened there and how the war went. So if you look at the landscape, you can understand what the story was and how the war went and why it ended so quickly.
Yeah, so there is an overarching narrative going through this part of the world that you can try to figure out.
And I would say that's a typical example of an avalanche storytelling, where we don't all bring everything like in text or voiceover directly, but we want the exploration to feel rewarding as well. So that you want to go to see the next thing behind the hill and see what it has to say.
And another interesting thing is that this is by Emil. So now you've seen one location from each of our world designers. And then you can try to figure out what other locations they have worked on.
Yeah, because they kind of differ in quite a way. This is more vast, open field. The other ones are a bit smaller, and
Yeah, you can definitely see different styles of storytelling in different locations.
oh no, oh no, should have not shooten his weapons off. Did I equip? I did not equip mines.
Ooh.
But it's better than him blasting missiles on me, though.
It's kind of pissed. It's kind of.
Oh yeah, he's super angry. But what he gonna do? He gonna jump on me? Oh yeah, shit, he is.
It could actually.
Oh no, I did not expect that. I should not have teased him like that.
It can listen to what we're saying now and interpret our speech. That's the whole story. It's
Oh,
listening
no.
to us right now.
Oh no.
I think you should have noticed by now that the machines are always evolving.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah. Oh, he had a lot of nice things. Oof, thank you.
And we even mentioned that you even heard it in the trailer for Phoenix Rising that the enemy is also constantly adapting and evolving, and it's kind of Darwinian arms race. The player is getting good, so the enemy is getting better to make sure it can overpower the player. So it's a never-ending struggle.
Oh, there are a lot of these big boys here. See how sneaky I can be with my prone. Oh, alright, that's the... Let's take this rival on then. Gonna start with the missile thingy. If I can just time it. And actually hit.
Fighting a rival.
Yeah, I had 17 on my map, so maybe time to clear them off.
17?
Yeah,
Wow,
I've been talking about hoarders. Man, am I not hitting it? Why you no hit? Well, I guess this prone is really working because he haven't seen me yet. Lucky for me.
It's so amazing that we got to have prone in the game now. It's been...
Yeah.
We've been wanting to release that for so long.
Yeah, and it has several interesting properties. I mean, the most obvious one is stealth. But it also allows us to do some new wall design where you can crawl into things that you couldn't get to before.
That I didn't even think of. That actually, yeah, because I noticed how we played with the smoke from burning houses a bit. That you need to kind of crouch. But now, yeah, you could do stuff with crawling that you might need to crawl through covers and stuff like that. That's super interesting.
Yeah, and I think it's already been used in a few places with this update, so you can find interesting secret areas.
Will we ever see sleep today function in Generation 0? That's kinda... I kinda like that. If you look at the Fallout games, how you can just, yeah, I'll sit here and rest for a while, and you know, if you wanna play during daytime or nighttime or...
Yeah, I mean, it's definitely an interesting suggestion. We have something similar in Call of the Wild, so we have some idea of how we can do that. But yeah, let us know if there are how many people want it.
Wow, he's shooting really hard, that fella. But so am I. There we go. There we go. Oh no, now he's gonna stomp me though. Yep.
That's not gonna go well.
Oh, we'll see. There's kinda good coverage here, I guess, between all the trees and everything, so... If I played smart, I should be able to... Ooh, that's a lot of good sparks there. Let's see. I don't think I'm level 25 though, so we might not see any interesting drops, but hopefully...
You should be able to get crafting schematics.
Ooh, that I would like then.
That's another cool thing with the schematics. So now the rival loot is more interesting on lower levels as well.
There was one question, will the story continue to become featured even more in future updates? So that's typically the kind of stuff that's hard to talk about without revealing things. So that's the one to address it. That's this is a game that you can enjoy for many things. You don't have to enjoy the story to have a lot of fun with it. But yeah, we're committed to the story, definitely. And you can if you're careful, you can even check stuff that we've sprinkled in some of the texts in this Phoenix Rising expansion that are potential teasers or hints for what happens.
Look at that, I got the experimental earpiece, that was kinda nice. I love all the wearables, I just love putting stuff on my character and, you know, mixing and matching, and I don't know, it makes it so much fun. So that...
So what's your favorite outfit, kind of outfit, Pontus? Then?
Ooh, something that hurts your eyes. I don't know what we have today. No, not this character, but my other character, I got the bright yellow nails. I got the moon boots. We can have a quick look here. So this is me today, as you can see, pretty fashionable with the gummistövlar and the classic pants. Working, keeping, you know, matching. Got that nice thick chain around my
really stylish.
Yeah, oof, just love it.
So I don't know how old you are, Pontus, but is that how you were dressed up when you were a kid?
Not really. I was a skater. I was way too cool to actually express myself like that. But nowadays, yeah, I don't know. I wouldn't be. I could dress like that someday. Wow, this gun shoots so hard. Which I like. But there's one of them big boys left over here I think I need to go get. So I think I saw, if it was Tenebrae video, that he took one of these down with the sledgehammer. Not sure if I'm gonna try that though.
Yeah, I think there's actually a challenge for that.
Oh,
so.
Is it? Well, alright
Yeah.
then. Maybe you should EMP it first. Nah. Oh, it's too late now.
Well, yeah, there's definitely some tricks if you combine different gadgets that you can probably figure out.
Oops. Not a good idea, maybe. I need some help. I haven't died in, what, almost an hour. Oh no, we got the small boy here. Oh no. Well, I still survived. Get another small boy. There we go.
This is such an amazing location. With
Oh,
the
it's...
bird trees and the like war-torn farmland. It's beautiful.
Yeah, all
definitely,
this...
if you consider that it was just a field before, and now there is this story here.
Yeah, and like something really happened. All these blown out machines, you had the blown out tanks. Just truly beautiful.
Yeah, and now what we've tried to do is that each region tells a different story, like I mentioned earlier. So you're seeing some of the war and some of the recent past in the farmlands. You saw in the trailer. Those of you that watched the trailer, you saw that there are more changes and different weird things happening there. And in the archipelago, you saw that there were more, resistance outposts or abandoned camps and things like that. So we're really trying to make the world varied and fun to explore.
Yeah, it's such a big world, so we wanna add some variations to different regions, and it ties in so well with the narrative as well.
But yeah, we're a small team obviously, so we cannot do everything. We cannot revamp the whole world in like one go. So we take it region by region, or in this case we started on 2, and yeah, it's a lot of fun. But yeah, it takes time to do it well, to make it fun.
Oh no.
Pontus, there are lots of requests for you to sledgehammer the hell out of the tank.
Yeah, I mean,
Well, I tried, but
now.
I couldn't. I couldn't really get close to it.
You need to use EMP or something.
First I need to use a bit of a little snack. Yeah, that kind of blow stuff really gets me.
And yeah, obviously it depends. It depends on the level of the weapon you have as well. I think
Yeah,
this is
this
a level
was the
1.
lowest, yeah, 1 star.
It's worth exploring and killing machines to get more.
Yeah, it's probably the hardest thing to do, trying to take it down with a level 1 sledgehammer.
Yeah, especially now that that Seeker calls some friends in. But we'll see. We'll see. I need to equip some more health packs when I'm done with these fellas. Ooh, that was
But
it.
yeah, I mean, the melee weapons are probably not your best option for big machines. But of course it can be done, but it's tricky.
Yeah, yeah. But if he can do it, I can do it. Oh no. Wow. He really called for backup.
One question we haven't received, but I could mention, is that people could wonder, okay, I haven't finished the base game, or I haven't played Alpine Unrest, can I still play this, or will I be spoiled? So it's a standalone story, so you can definitely just play that DLC, even if you haven't finished everything in the base game or Alpine Unrest. However, if you're invested in the story, it's gonna touch on some base game, I don't want to say spoilers, but yeah, base game lore. So if you're really invested in the story, you can finish some of the base game mission or Alpine Unrest, but it's not a must, for sure. Do you agree with that, guys?
Yeah, definitely. I mean, it's an open world, so you can complete it in any order you want. But if you want to keep the timeline, you probably should start with the base game and then Alpine Unrest and then this DLC.
Yeah. But we're making sure at the same time, as you said, that it's an open world so that you can still have a satisfying experience if you're playing this first and then going back to Alpine Unrest later. So they're really not isolated. They're islands of story.
Yeah.
They're not isolated. Like, we have a few small ties to Alpine Unrest. There's definitely ties to base game. Everything's connected, but it works independently, that's for sure.
Yeah, it's designed so that you can play all at the same time.
Oh no.
So you're not gonna see a character in two places at the same time, for instance.
Yeah.
Man, he got some big feet, this fella. Oh, look what I did.
Yes, you made it.
Oh no, there's another one.
Of course.
Oh no. Oh no. I still hear a Seeker. No, that was... Oops. Oh man, they're so angry at me. Let's see if we can clear this, then I think we're pretty much done for today maybe. It's already past 5. We all want to have dinner and play games and do whatever we do.
So see, that's the thing. I can never get around to how early Sweden is having dinner. I'm sorry, but it's
No, I usually
it's so early for dinner.
that's kind of interesting because when you go abroad, you're French, right, Greg?
I'm French. Dinner is between 7 and 8.
Exactly, and for me, I usually eat dinner that time. But you know, if you go a bit more further down south, if they're like, yeah, we have dinner at 9 or whatever. While some Swedes, they have dinner at 5, which I like. It can't be dinner time right now, right? The sun is shining and you just had lunch. Come on.
I see people in restaurants at 4:30 here ordering, and at that time in Spain, it's pretty much lunch.
Yeah, yeah.
And it's dinner here.
That is strange, though. That's a lot. I guess a kind of typical Swedish. Oh man, there's too many of them. Swedish kind of cultural thing.
Yeah, Swedes typically start that day earlier as well, definitely. But yeah, so thanks very much, Tenebris, for this nice comment. It's really rewarding just to work with you guys and see that you guys are invested. I've seen a lot of really cool videos about the story. Obviously, that's my thing.
It is
So,
kind of fun
we
to
really
see,
enjoy
right?
all the videos that are being made.
yeah, especially like Tenebris and Puffy. I don't want to quote everyone, but Puffy that video as well. really moving to what, like what people can create based on the stuff we try to create. So
Well,
hands off to you guys.
yeah, all the credit. And it must be really nice to see people really getting so interested and invested in stuff that you created.
Yeah, it's fun to see that sometimes they interpret or have different theories about the lore than what I have in my head. Not all of it has been established, you know. So it made me think that maybe I should, sometimes come to the forum a bit more and discuss story with a few of our community members. Because you can interpret the story in different ways. We haven't given all of the clues yet, but we keep giving more and more every time, so that we can advance the story as well.
Wow, the smoke attacks are so cool. We're gonna go down. Nope. Soon enough.
It's like you attracted every machine in the farmlands.
Yeah, pretty much. They're all here.
So, Pontus, are you reenacting the war that took place there on your own? Because
I
that's-
am. I usually do, those kind of medieval reenactments and, American Civil War, all that kind of stuff. So yeah, this is me. What was the battle called even? Is there a name for like the big Judgment Day battle?
Yeah. So I've started calling the first day of the machine invasion Cataclysm. So Cataclysm Day, and I think I've called this battle the Battle of the Farmlands. I'm not sure if it's in my head or in the actual game, but usually that's how battles are called based on where they take place. So Battle of the Farmlands sounds pretty good.
I like it. So yeah, this is me reenacting the Battle of the Farmland without tanks though, but with a huge big gun anyway. Oof. Okay, hopefully they will not come running at me while I... Oh, there's cooldown. I don't want cooldown. I want meds. I want meds. Alright, that's one. It should be called the Pontus battle. Oh, my battle is usually with cars and stuff that explode.
I missed that comment, but I can work on it. I will fix it in the next patch. Wait, no, we do need to localize it as well. So okay, maybe the one after that.
Alright.
Yeah, I guess if you pay attention, you will see that there are some developer names in places in the game.
Which is just totally amazing. It would be so nice to really have your name in something that you've done and that so many people can enjoy.
I mean, and I can leave you. There's lots of different small things that we played because it's fun for us. Like I mentioned the X-Files references. There were other shows in Alpine Unrest that were referenced. I don't know if you guys noticed, which with one of the characters that was a fighter pilot. And in the base game, there were a lot of songs, titles from a certain band from the 70s and 80s that was referenced as well. Indirectly, because of course copyright. But yeah, even a character.
Oh no, maybe
Yeah, I think I found my name somewhere in the base game, but it was like a minor side character that was dead or something.
Oh no.
It's kind of disappointing.
Yeah, I can imagine.
You have to chalk it up to my lack of inspiration. Sometimes I need to come up with minor character names. I just look to the right or the left, and then, well, right now it's work from home. But basically, I think I've called all of the minor characters, or I either have the first name or the last name of most of our team members. Of course, there are more characters, but I think most of our team is in the game in some form, at least in first name or last name. That's just me being lazy, really.
No, it's not being lazy, it's being considerate to your fellow team members. adding
Yeah, I
them.
know.
And
Yeah, I mean it kind of makes sense if you're selling it in Sweden and you have some people with Swedish names. Kind of convenient.
Yeah, but at the same time, I also, we're also trying to, make sure that we represent a lot of diverse names as well. So sometimes that's why, of course, I'm going out of just the names we have in the team, so to make sure we represent all kinds of different people from various parts of Sweden or immigrants or something.
that's awesome. So I died, unfortunately, but I managed to actually play more than an hour without dying, which is pretty much a new record, I'd say. It was a long time ago since I managed to pull that off. So before we end this fantastic little time that we had, is there any more questions that anyone wanna ask Björn and Greg? Is there anything you guys wanna tell our dear audience before we go?
I mean, I could talk about story for hours, but I'm not. I'm going to stop there. However, feel free to ask questions later as well, and one of us can look into it and address it definitely.
Yeah, and we're always looking at the content you produce. So
Oh yeah,
yeah,
that we
it's
always
fun to see.
do.
And we look at all the comments as well on the gameplay and things that can be improved. So as you guys know, we're really committed to keeping on working on this game and adding new things, new content, improving things that need to be tweaked. So keep giving us feedback. This is super useful.
Yeah, and you probably can tell from what's in this update. Things like the player service and forum posts and things have been a huge inspiration.
That's I think that's quite a good message to the community, that what they do and write really has an effect on what we do to the game and how we evolve that. So before we go, I saw people talk about console once again, and we said that process is a bit different when it comes to pushing things live on console, but it will be there soon enough. Keep an eye out on our Twitter or Facebook channel, and you'll know as soon as we know. Anyway, thanks a lot everyone who's been watching today. Big thanks to Björn and Greg, who was able to tune in from their kitchen / living room. Really appreciated some company today. It was awesome. And to all
we'll be glad to come back if you want us back next time.
Of course.
Yeah, definitely. It's really fun.
It's gonna be so nice to have you here in the studio again once we're back at the office. Anyway, thanks a lot. Have an awesome afternoon. Stay out of trouble. Drink a lot of water. And I'll see you again next week. Bye, guys.